To create a multi-stage story where each part of your text can have its own photos and link, simply add as many stages as you need, one after another. This is especially useful for how-to or DIY stories, where you may want to show each step separately. After adding stages, you can edit each one at any time, including the text, photos, and links, or delete a stage altogether. Here you can see how I'm adding another stage with its own stage title, text, and photos. Once added, it appears in the section of stages ready to be published, directly after the previously added stage. Now the pattern is clear. Stage 1 has its own title, text, and photos, and Stage 2 has its own title, text, and photos. You can repeat this pattern as many times as you need to tell your story properly. You can also be as creative as you like. Some stages may include both text and photos, while others may contain only text, only photos, or a useful link. For very large stories, it may be better to divide the content not only into stages, but also into separate stories. As you can see, this particular story required 8 stages to tell it properly. All stages are arranged in chronological order, with the earliest submitted stages at the top and the later ones below. Remember, you can still edit any stage before publishing, including changing the text, adding new photos, deleting existing photos, or removing a stage altogether. Once you have finished adding stages and chosen your privacy settings, tap Create Logbook Story. The finished story will then appear on its own dedicated page, and of course, you can always come back and edit the story later if needed. Here is the final result. As you can see, the story is now displayed as a sequence of stages, each with its own title, text, and photos were added. Please note that the last stage contains text only without any photos. This is perfectly fine. A stage does not have to include photos if the text alone is enough for that part of the story.